social distancing, but go down and get a photo in store while shopping and take a selfie with somebody down there. Take a photo of yourself shopping, and we'll use that as our giveaway for the next episode. So if you post a photo at Go Figure, maybe at the front, take a photo at the front, lining up to get in, and we will choose a winner for the next pod from those photos, and we'll put that into the details on the Facebook page instead of doing a giveaway for the Q&A.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys. Get down there and get down to Go Figure. And if you can, don't be shy. Go up to Jeff. He loves a selfie. Wear your face mask, do it responsibly, social distance, all that sort of hoo-ha. But get down there, show your support. Yep, FDU5. And check out those hot toys that we mentioned at the top of the show. All right, what are we up to now, mates? We've done
Q&A.
Q&A. Let's go.
Not many questions, mate.
No. Well, it's good. We can get through them very, very quickly. But there's one targeted at you that I'll read through right now. So, when will Chris realise that rugby league and rugby are two different sports? I'll answer this one. Sean, people over in the West don't realise that there's a difference. Rugby is rugby. Rugby league is rugby league. They don't get it. Egg ball, they call it, apparently. So
can I just have the right response here? That when will the Eastern States realise how shafted they have destroyed rugby and rugby league union, whatever you want to call it? They have destroyed the potential of having a West team after you knifed the Western Force and kept the what are the Melbourne team called? Melbourne
Storm.
No, the Force are in the union, mate. What, you don't even know what you're talking about now, do you?
I don't follow union. Never have.
What's the Melbourne Brumbies? No, that's the other one, ACT.
Mate.
Anyway, the Force got knifed. They're out of the comp, so people just jump off rugby here. And then the Western Reds, the greatest rugby team of all time, same thing, mate. They were sort of a bit of a victim of their own success by joining the Super League, and then the Super League not lasting as long. So I do know the difference. Trust me.
Did you go to a game?
I'm a phys ed specialist. Did I ever go to a game? No, I didn't. But cool fun fact: my uncle actually won a competition here to name the Reds. So they did a competition through the paper, and it wouldn't have been just him. There would have been other people who chose the same name, and he got a free trip to Bali back in the early 90s. Yeah.
Wow.
So, pretty cool.
What, he said the Western Reds. That was his choice.
He said the Western Reds. Guess what his name was?
What?
Uncle Keith. So shout out to Uncle Keith if you're watching. He's a very good watcher. Hey, I'll ask you this question because it's from Michael Jordan, the Steve Kerr of Wrestling Figure Collecting.
The Michael Jordan.
Jordan. Given what we know about the value of Series 1 LJN Hasbro Classic Mattel figures, did we as collectors miss an investment opportunity by not stocking up on Series 1 AEW Unrivaled figures?
Look, I think this is my opinion only, right? My humble opinion. I've said for a long time now, Series 1, I think the whole Classic Superstars line will go through the roof. And you'll find that figures or toy lines or whatever it may be outside of wrestling figures or in wrestling figures, when they turn around 30 years old, that's when they really hit their mark, right? So if you're prepared to hold on to them for 30 years, go for it. But I'd be looking at the last, 15, 20 years or 25 years and seeing what was the most popular and buying Series 1 or 2 of those toy lines. That's my investment brain kicking in. AEW, I don't know. I think, and this is not an educated answer, but I don't think AEW is big enough yet, or is it? I don't know.
I think you're going to struggle to find anyone buying those in 30 years' time.
But what if AEW is around in 30 years' time?
I still don't think people are going to be buying those. So you got to remember as well, like we are collecting what was from our childhood, and people who are buying now with the hope, kids aren't collecting wrestling figures at the moment. So in 30 years' time, if you've got a kid who's 8 or 9 now, you can't go and buy AEW figures off the shelf. They're going to go, what the hell is this? I don't even know. I don't remember this. It's adults. The adult collectors are the ones watching wrestling at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're banking on that nostalgia.
If you're banking on nostalgia, you've got to actually, like, you're better off if you want to invest into toys now by looking at what your kids are playing with. Like, my son's still into Pokemon cards. My daughter likes a whole bunch of different stuff. But will that be collectible? It's funny because I was talking about this with a guy who I know through he's into sort of collecting video games. And he said to me, he's about 23 or 24. And he said to me, my generation don't care about keeping stuff. Because we were the disposable generation, you know, we just chuck everything out. We would rather have things like iPhones. iPhone will be collectible. Things that you don't really think about. So very interesting. Yeah, it is. That's cool.
It's a cool subject. That's why Jeremy Padawa, he's brilliant. Actually, going off topic but on topic, Jeremy Padawa shared a post the other day. So Tom Brady threw his 600th touchdown pass.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the footage, but somehow someone in the crowd ended up with the ball. So the player that caught the ball, scored the touchdown, must have thrown it in the crowd.
Yeah.
And the person that caught it traded that ball for a signed Buccaneer. Is it Buccaneers?
Yep.
Who's he playing now? The Buccaneer Pirates. Tampa Bay Pirates signed jersey. And Jeremy Padawa's come forward and said, mate, because if Tom Brady never scores, doesn't get to be 700th, that 600th touchdown ball is quite unique and quite rare. He's just handed over potentially a $500,000 asset for $300,000.
But you know what happened though, don't you?
No.
Tom Brady wanted the ball back for himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what happened. So Tom Brady wanted the ball back, and the official has gone to the crowd and said, hey, Tom wants the ball back, but he'll give you something. He'll give you something for it. What do you want? And I'm pretty sure he also got a signed ball, but it wasn't the game ball.
Oh, mate, I would have ran to the car. Look at the Jordan shoes, $1.4 million US. Do you know what I mean? I held on to that. Anyway.
Well, what he should have done is held on to it and then said, look, I'll talk to him after the game. You want to deal with me? I'll come and I'll talk to you after the game. I'm not going to deal with you in the crowd.
That's right. So, I've had 7 beers. I'm full of confidence, and we can wrestle for it.
Tell Tom to send his best negotiator.
Good question.
Riley Emerson, he's asked you this. He said, you've just started your own wrestling promotion. Who are the first 3 wrestlers you'd want to sign, past or present?
Oh, it's got to be past, mate. For me, it would be. I said Bret Hart, absolutely, Bret Hart. My top 3 favorite wrestlers are Hogan, Warrior, Bret Hart, but I'm not going to choose Warrior or Hogan because I think that's just it's an easy out. So I'm going to say Bret Hart, Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner.
Yeah, I really liked him. Who was really good?
I'm losing respect for you.
Didn't like Scott Steiner.
Not enough to be the top 3 signings for a new organisation.
Ah, mate, I thought he was brilliant. And I would go. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I would go like a Eddie Guerrero or a Chris Benoit.
I'm not allowed to say Chris Benoit, but you could say Eddie Guerrero. I would be very different to that. If I was signing, you want the star power, and you're thinking over a long period of time, I'd be taking Chris Jericho, at prime Chris Jericho, Y2J. I would probably take Ric Flair.
Okay.
Helicopter included. And I would probably Akeem the African Dream. He would be my 3rd, and he would be there to headline WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But you'd have to come up. the Melbourne Rebels from Steve Campbell there. You'd have to have
There
a
you go.
different name for WrestleMania, so we'll call it Maximum Wrestling Event.
No, the Bash. The Bash Down Under.
The Bash. Isn't that already what they call the Big Bash?
I don't care.
Oh,
That's what we
still
call it. That's what we
the
call
Bash
the
Down
promotion.
Under.
The Bash
Do you reckon
Down
Jeff
Under.
could set up a ring in his store?
Easily. Oh, you have to move his big shelves around.
So
You haven't been there, have you?
No, I've never been there. So we'll get an FDU live event, and
Yeah, that'd be cool.
we'll have members can fight each other
To the death.
I'll call out Brad Perryman for the first fight.
You heard it here first, guys. Bradley Perryman, you're up.
Yeah, so I'm the heavyweight champion, and he's probably the cruiserweight champion. So we could have both belts on the line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's have a bit of fun with that question. What are the top 3 wrestlers you wouldn't have in your new promotion?
Ludwig Borger. Top 3. It's hard to know 3 that you just wouldn't take. Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
What? No.
They are boring to watch.
Brutus was awesome.
Uh,
Brutus was great, mate. He was awesome. Who wouldn't I have? I wouldn't have. Who wouldn't I have, Chris? Who wouldn't I have?
When we're talking about who you would sign, somebody should have said The Undertaker too. He should be first pick. He's got the best longevity of anyone.
Yeah. Mate, I'm quite stumped on this one. We could be here all night. So for me, I would say the Genius. Even though he made me laugh, I just thought he was terrible.
Have you seen terrible? The Genius in current life is living in like Costa Rica somewhere.
Oh, is he?
And I don't know what he's like, Lanny Poffo. I don't know what his deal is, but he's always posting pictures on social media with sort of like middle-aged women. And he's like, I just went to this place with this woman. And like, it's just a bit weird.
Who else is there? Name some wrestlers, Chris.
Earthquake, Big Boss Man, Tatanka. How long can this show go, mate? We're on record pace, and we've just gone backwards about 40 minutes.
Anyway, I'll think of one in the break, because up next we'll go to. Can I have your attention, please, mate?
Can I have your attention, please? Please listen. Can I have your attention, everybody? Attention.
Mates, can I have your attention, because we are on record pace to actually finish on time tonight. It's been a huge show. James is struggling because he had his COVID shot and he's a bit of a Suki Lala. He's a bit tired. So, James, who are you not going to have in your wrestling promotion?
Mate, I've just Googled some images. I've just had I'm going to say King Kong Bundy. I thought he was terrible. Useless.
It's not going to go down well with our listeners.
No, it's not. But I apologise if that offends anyone. But sorry, but not sorry. Who else? Actually, going back to the original question, who would we have? I'd have Kurt Angle. He'd have to be up there.
Yep, Olympic gold medalist.
Yep, I'm just looking at some Google images now. God.
Pretty much anyone from 95 to 99, because they were all pretty average then.
Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that, mate. I've gone. I thought Bad News Brown was pretty average, to be honest.
Oh, don't even get me started.
He was. Yeah.
All right, and just anyone who is still listening after James has put you to sleep, we are looking for a new podcaster to join me on the show, because James has just lost all credibility tonight with his rubbish. Let's move on, James.
Keep going, mate.
We've got, can I have your attention? The first one we want to show is a bit of a Piper's Pit special edition.
Yes, so this is from Ibnu, from Pro Wrestling Fig Shots. He does amazing work on Instagram and Facebook. Check out his social